Hey guys, what's up? This is Xfinity cubing, and this is my advanced F2L algorithms, part 1. This video will be covering about 20 algorithms, and if you've seen my other videos, you know I have one video like this with 10 algorithms. That's basically a shortened version of this. Check that video out by clicking here if you want to see a shortened version of this. The first 10 algorithms will be the same as the other video, so if you've already watched this, click here to skip to the new ones. But without further ado, let's start. So this is the first case. And by the way, I will be showing each case with the white, green, orange corner. So for this case, instead of trying to break that up and solving that, which is really long, instead you could do which solves the pair. A different way to do this case is to do this. Both are equally fast, and it really depends on your preference. And fast. For the next case, it's where the F2L pair is over the slot, and instead of taking it out, which is annoying to do, instead you could do a U prime and then fast. For the next case, it's pretty much the same thing, except the F2L pair is inverted. And what you can do here is a triple sexy. And fast. So here's the next case. I recognize this by these colors being the same. And instead of breaking this up and solving that, which is really annoying to do, instead you could do which solves the pair. And fast. Here's the next case. It's where these two colors are different, and instead of doing this and trying to solve that, instead you could do a U prime and fast. For the next case, the F2L pair is basically solved, but the edge needs to be flipped. And instead of taking this out and trying to solve that, which is pretty long, instead you can do this. Which solves the pair. And fast. For the next case, it's where the F2L pair is built in the back and it needs to be solved here. Instead of taking this out, instead you could do which solves the pair. And fast. So here's the next case, and I recognize this by this color is the same as this color. And what I would do here is which solves the pair. And fast. For the next case, it's a really basic one and most people know it, but it's really annoying to solve if you don't know how to do it. And this, I recognize it with this edge is already in the right place, and you just need to put this in here. And what you would do here is a U prime and then insert. And fast. For the next case, it's where you want to solve this pair in the back, and instead of rotating and trying to solve that, which takes too many cube rotations, instead you could do which solves the pair. And fast. For this next F2L case, it's not really part of F2L but more part of OOO. So you have your last F2L pair here, and if you insert it in clearly you'll get a dot case. And if you don't know full PLL, dot cases can be annoying to execute. So instead you can do a sledgehammer like this. And then instead of a dot, you have something else. And if it's on the other side, your last F2L pair, it's pretty much the same thing. So now we'll be starting the new cases in this video that were not covered by my other tutorial. So here's the first case. I recognize this by these colors are being different, and instead of putting this here and solving that, instead you could do which solves the pair. And fast. Now for the next case, instead of doing it like that, instead you could do which solves the pair. And fast. For the next case, it's where, and I recognize this case by these two colors being the same and the white is on top. So what I would do, instead of breaking this up, which takes a lot of cube rotation, instead you could do a U2 and then which solves the pair. And fast. The next case is pretty much the same thing as the one before, except these two colors are different. So instead of rotating and solving it like that, instead you could do which solves the pair. And fast. For this next case, what most of you would do here is rotate and break up this pair, but there's a way to do it if you don't want to rotate. Which solves the pair. And fast. For this next case, instead of doing this and solving it like that, instead you could do which solves the pair. And fast. For this next case, what most people would do is take this out and solve that, but instead you could do and fast. For this next case, I recognize this by these two colors being the same, and what most people do was it would be that, but instead you could do it like a U and then fast. For the very last case, you really don't need to know it. I just made this up when I was bored on the car, and this is a really rare case, so you don't really need to know it, but here it is. I just want to put it in so that there would be exactly 20 algorithms in this video. So these two edges need to be flipped. So what you would do is hold that in the back, and then it's basically a version of the T-perm. And that solves the two flipped edges. And then fast. That would come in handy if you ever get that case like at a competition, but otherwise it's pretty useless. That's really all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something. Like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.